What's up, everybody? Thursday morning. Hope you guys are having a great day. Welcome to the Edition Daily Market Commentary. I'm your host, Chuck Fulkerson. We're taking a look at the markets from an educated perspective to find breakouts, reversals, all that fun jazz, specifically in our S&P and NASDAQ markets today. S&P this morning is up about 18 points, continuing a bit of a rally that occurred early yesterday morning. So early yesterday morning, we got a really big spike up, which took us above some key areas of resistance, specifically this one right here from Monday morning. And now we've continued to rally up and are just kind of grinding up from here. I think that today could be a pretty bullish day, continuation of this bullish move higher. If we do get a bit of a pullback, speed candles do tend to retrace themselves. So look for a potential reversal right here at 41.40 if price does indeed come back down into that region. If we continue to rally higher, our 4-hour chart, we've gotten above that 4,200 number. That was the number that was kind of like the thorn in our side. We're not very far above it, but we are slightly above it. And our next area of supply comes into play up here at around, let me get that on the chart here, 42.82. So fair amount of room for price to continue to run up to our next level of supply if you want to take the breakout trade. If you do take the breakout trade, then you would be looking at a stop just below this most recent pivot, which would be right here. I'd still want a little bit more basing for that breakout to really be viable, but I think that can make a pretty good play. NASDAQ. NASDAQ's got a couple of supply levels here up above, which is why we're chopping around a bit. We had talked about this area here for a bit of a breakout trade, and we based above it, and then we broke up and just kind of in the overnights. So the origin of the move is this area down here. Keep that area very much in play. We've come down a little bit from the overnight Globex highs, but still room in order to trade a bit higher. Look for the pullback into this range. I think overall we should anticipate bullish price action today, continuation of bullish price action that we saw over the last few days. Over yesterday, yesterday's continuation. Although we had a little bit of kind of sideways chop in our 4-hour charts, especially in the S&P over the last few days, but it looks like we may have broken out of that and to give us the ability to continue to trade a bit higher. Next would be the Russell 2000. So looking here at the rut, we are actually coming into the area that we identified as a bit of a 4-hour supply zone. So keep this area in mind. Now, this has been our strongest market over the last few days, and that strength is, that bodes well for the rest of the markets that we would see a bit of a follow through. But we are coming into a supply area, but basing in front of that level means that supply area is probably not going to work. And so if that supply level just gives us a little pullback, then I think right here at about 1960 might be a decent place to look for price to come back in and give you a reversal trade. Looking at our energies and metals positions, specifically crude oil. In crude, I've been specifically looking at the Z22 contract for swing trade. V22 contract for swing trade ideas and opportunities. And we are coming close to what is a pretty good supply area here. This is a drop-based drop below a pivot high with a wick over wick area. Now, we are getting a bit of basing in front of the level, thus making it a little bit less probable. And so I'm all right if you want to switch this to a confirmation entry. I'm actually still okay if you want to leave it as a limit entry because it is a pretty clean entry at any rate. But that would be probably the more prudent thing to do would be to move that to a confirmation entry and see if we get a reversal out of here. What I may do is I may actually enter this position with a half position or a third of my normal position at the first level and then put on the rest of the position as a confirmation, right? So kind of scale into the trade a little bit because we're basing in front of the level, which makes it the KOD. However, if I get into the trade and it starts to shoot away from me without me able to get in, I'm going to regret not catching that trade. And if I don't get the confirmation entry, then I'm only risking a third of what I would normally risk anyway. So that's just kind of a way to scale in position size a level like this where you're kind of between a confirmation and a limit entry. Gold, we are sitting right at a on this daily level. We're right at this area that is a prior area of support. Old support oftentimes acts as new resistance. Just kind of hovering sideways in this region here in gold. As I look at this level, you've got a pretty decent area of 15-minute demand down below. We are putting in a bit of some sideways here at resistance points. Got a little supply here, which is a drop-based drop below a pivot high, but in the context of an upward trend, so that would have to be a confirmation entry. So I'm gonna cut this one short a bit today because I want to make sure I get this video out because some of these levels are getting close to entry and we're getting close to the market open. So if you have any questions, shoot us an email, support@tradersarmy.com. I'll talk to you soon, everybody. See ya. Hey, thanks for joining us. If you like what we do, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. It's the only way the computers know that you're actually alive and really care. And go to TradersArmy.com today to learn a bit more. And if you want to see some of our other videos, click here in the box.